Hello guys, welcome back. This is 𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with another tutorial on Kerio Control UTM configuration series. In this video, I will show you how to set up a proxy server in Kerio Control. Let's start. First of all, open your laptop's web browser. After you have logged in to the Kerio Control administration panel, click on the configuration button and select proxy server on the menu. Before we start the configuration of a proxy server, first of all, we must know that what is a proxy server. A proxy server acts as a firewall and web filter. It provides shared network connection and also cache data to speed up common requests for next time the user tries to access it. A proxy server keeps the users and the internal network protected from bad stuff that lives out in the wild internet. And also, proxy server can provide a high level of privacy. Proxy server can be used for multi-purpose, but it's basically used for logging the user activity by forcing all web traffic to go out through proxy. Let's start the configuration of a proxy server. Under the proxy server menu, in the General tab, you can see that first we have to enable the non-transparent proxy server. What is a non-transparent proxy server? A non-transparent proxy server connection allows sending of all requests to the firewall as a proxy. What is the difference between a transparent proxy and a non-transparent proxy? A transparent proxy is a server that sits between your computer and the internet and redirects your requests and response without modifying them. A proxy server that does modify your requests and responses is defined as a non-transparent proxy server. To enable the non-transparent proxy server, check this option and the non-transparent proxy server will be enabled. Here you can define what port number you will be using in your proxy server. For example, I will be using the port 8995. If you enable this option, allow tunnel connection to all TCP ports. All of the connections to TCP ports will be tunneled. Here you can select that whether the proxy configuration should be transparent proxy or non-transparent proxy. I will leave it as default. This option is enabled by default and it will allow the browsers to use configuration script automatically if the DHCP is enabled in the Kerio Control. The next menu under proxy server is parent proxy server. What is a parent proxy server? Most enterprise customers have an existing proxy for cloud web security server, for caching or security services. Enabling the parent proxy server will reduce additional round-up trips if content can be served from a cache. Which means that if you have another proxy server, you can enable this option and use that server as a proxy. All you have to do is type the IP address of the server and specify a port number for it. And also, does your proxy server requires authentication or not? If yes, select this option, provide the username and password, and all the connections will go to the parent proxy server from this proxy server and then will send the response back to the client. I don't have another proxy server, so I will not be using the parent proxy server. Let's head to the next menu, which is reverse proxy. First of all, we should know that what is reverse proxy. A reverse proxy server is a server that sits in front of your web servers and forward the client requests to the web servers. Reverse proxies are typically implemented to help increase security, performance, reliability, and also protect your web server's identity from the web. Reverse proxy accepts a request from a client, forward it to the server that can fulfill it, and then return the server response to the client. Here you can see that I have enabled the reverse proxy on HTTPS requests. Let me show you how you can configure it. Double click on the rule. In the host, I have typed historic which means that any host who uses HTTPS should use this certificate. You can also change the certificate by clicking on the edit button, select your desired certificate and click on apply button to apply that reverse proxy certificate. I have also specified an internal server, which means that the connection will check first in the Kerio Control whether Kerio Control can fulfill the request or not. If yes, it will return the response to the user, but if no, it will be automatically redirected to the web. Here you have an action whether you want to perform antivirus scanning on each and every request which is redirected to the reverse proxy. If you want antivirus scanning, enable this option and click the OK button. If you want to specify a specific reverse proxy rule, click on the Add button, specify the host name, whether you want to use the reverse proxy on the HTTP or HTTPS protocol, and whether you want to use an internal server or not. After you have defined all the settings, click the OK button and a new reverse proxy rule will be added. Under reverse proxy, you can see that I am using a default certificate. If you want to change the certificate, click on the edit button, select your desired certificate and then click on the apply button. Your desired certificate will be applied and it will be used for the reverse proxy. The next submenu under proxy server is HTTP cache. First of all, we should know that what does cache do for you in Kerio Control. Basically, when you build a new firewall, each request that comes from a user, it will be automatically redirected to the web and a copy of it will be cached in the Kerio Control. If the same request comes from another user, Kerio Control will not redirect the user's request to the web. It will check its internal cache. If the result is found, it will send back to the user. Basically, cache is used to give a quick response to the user's request. Here you can see that I have enabled the cache for direct access of the transparent proxy, and also I have enabled it for the non-transparent proxy too. Under cache status, you can see that my clients have used 530 MB of cache and the effectiveness of the cache is 47%, which means that Kerio Control have responded to 17,000 of requests from clients from its internal cache. And that's all for today for the proxy server. I will catch you on very soon with another video. Till then, have a nice time.